Good morning. It's Tooter from the Kindess Posse, and I wanted to talk to you today about some of the things we have coming up. I know we're starting out new, fresh. None of us know what we're doing, so please be patient. Please bear with us. But some of the things that we do have coming up are stories based on our own experiences. We are 5 friends who met in high school, and we've been together 40 plus years, and we've added Ryan. He's like our adopted Posse member that we brought in. He shares a completely different view of the world, a lot of what we share as well, but it's nice to have him because the Kindness Posse exists to be a place of comfort, connection, a place where people can come when they don't have those things in their waking world. We want to be the table that you can pull a chair up to and feel like you belong. That's really what the Kindness Posse is all about. There's a lot going on in the world right now that is scary. There's so much unknown. And these are things that, in my lifetime, I don't think I've really ever had to deal with. There's like a disconnect, and I know there's a word for it, and I'm sorry, I don't remember what it is from psychology classes in college, but I know there is something, we see things on television or social media, these third world countries, the fighting, everything that's going on, and even though it's awful and it's sad and scary, there's still a part of us that it just doesn't quite touch. So whether that means there's like a tiny bit of relief because we're not going through that, it just doesn't hit the same, I think. So, I think it's like anything else. Anybody that's going through a tough time, it's, you can think to yourself, oh my God, that's horrible. But there's also a part of you that is like, and this is just me, I'm not speaking for everybody. There's a part of me that also says, oh, thank God I'm not going through that right now. You can feel for people, but also be grateful that you're not experiencing it at the same exact moment. And I think that's normal. If it's not, then there's something wrong with me. But with the 5 of us girls in the posse, we have all been through some major experiences in our lives. And it's our hope that by having honest conversations about those experiences, we can help somebody that maybe is going through it or is yet to go through it. Maybe there's something that we talk about, and if you do end up experiencing something similar, you might think back to just one bit of advice, or, even if it's not advice, it's just that feeling that you're not alone. In the posse, we've experienced loss of our parents, myself from an early age. Some of the girls, Robin, Lisa M, Linda, they've experienced losing both their mothers and fathers. Lisa T has lost her father. Lisa T is the only one of us at this point that still has a mother that is alive, and sadly we know what's inevitable, and that's not something we're looking forward to, but if and when that does happen, we will be there for her, and she'll get through it. We've all gotten through our experiences, no matter how devastating they are. So we've lost parents. We've, I I think all of us besides Linda has lost a sibling. I've lost a grandchild. I've lost a son. So those are going to be things that come up on the Kindess Posse. We've had sexual experiences that were not, what's the word? Consensual. We'll talk about that. Gosh, so much. Oh, Lisa M and Linda both have lost their spouses. That's a big thing that you don't think about that stuff when you're young. And we like to think that we're still young. Ryan has went through a lot of difficult experiences, losing his family basically because he was gay. And so that's definitely something that we'll talk about. But it's not... shit. Oh, someone's down in the woods. There's still some slick spots out here, so... but in all our experiences that are very sad, we've made it because we've had some very hilarious moments. And I think, I know for myself, I can't speak for everybody, but humor has always been my coping mechanism. And just as a matter of fact, yesterday, this is hilarious, one of the things you'll learn about me early on is that I have a very low tolerance for being scared. Now, we can talk about ghosts all day long. Doesn't bother me. But if I'm walking down a hall and you pop out unexpectedly, I'm going to scream and shit my pants. Which is exactly what happened yesterday. I'm walking down the hall at work. My good buddy Hair Bear pops out of the bathroom. Not in any other fashion other than he opened the door. But unexpecting it, I screamed and then I farted. We laughed so hard. And poor Harry was like, God, this is the effect I have on women, which was hilarious. We love to laugh. And seriously, whoever said laughter was the best medicine was telling the truth, because it has gotten us through some very, very rough times. And I think it'll continue to get us through some rough times until we get to that point where we cross over into another realm. We're going to have guests on the show. And, sorry, I like to call it a show because, I don't know, it's just more fun. I don't know the right jargon. I don't know if I'm supposed to say we're going to have guests on the channel. But we are going to have some fabulous guests. Not necessarily people that are famous, but they're famous to us. And that's what makes them so special. I'm really, really excited to tell you that at some point we're going to have a rising sun icon, John Lowe, otherwise known as Bongo. Oh my goodness, we love him so much. We've got friends from Rising Sun that have moved to other places. We'll have them on the show virtually. We'd like to have some family members on the show. People in our area that we, just want to highlight, that we think have done an amazing job, or they're, maybe they've got a business that we really love. We're going to do our best to get those sorts of things up and available for people. If you don't really know where Rising Sun is, and I say Rising Sun kind of, but it's the surrounding area too. Rising Sun, Conowingo, Peach Bottom, Nottingham, they're all connected very closely in Delmarva. Can I say Delmarva when one's in Pennsylvania? I don't know. Don't ask me. I obviously didn't do very well in geography. But we're all of the Posse is within I'd say a 20 minutes tops. Area from each other. But Rising Sun is in Cecil County and sits kind of on the Mason-Dixon we're like right up in that corner between Pennsylvania, Delaware. In fact, I lived in Delaware for almost 20 years, and I just came back, and I still can't believe that I did that, especially when I look around at all this snow. You know what was great about Delaware? We did get snow, and on occasion, it set things back, but that was because Delaware only had one plow, and there were times where we would end up closing businesses and shutting down for the day, but by the next day it was gone. The sun would come out, there'd be nothing left. Here, oh my gosh, I can happily say that the temperature has risen to 9 degrees, so we may be I think the high today is 20, and I don't think it's supposed to get much higher than that all week, and then they're looking at another storm. I swear I did not sign up for this, but anyway, it's basically what I grew up with, so I'm used to it, just don't like it. And what's the alternative? Florida? Too hot. Yeah. Anyway, some of the other things that we're going to do. We're going to go places. We're going to take you with us. The Posse loves going on trips. We've been to some really wonderful places. Key West. Oh my God, when you hear us retell the story of going to Key West, it was so freaking hot. We had about 300 feet. Petroman's broken down. Oh, there's a lot going on. Now, there's nowhere to go. That's the hard part. They've bulldozed all this snow, and there's just nowhere for people to go. But anyway, when we were in Key West, it was so hot, and we were walking, and it got to the point where we had like 300 feet to go, and we were literally going to call a cab. It was just hilarious. I mean, honestly, I got to let the rest of the Posse tell the story because it's so funny. But we had a wonderful trip not so long ago to Tennessee. That was year before last for Scotty's birthday. Scotty is married to Lisa. You'll learn all the names and everything. And I'm behind an Amish buggy. Let me see if I can flip. Yes, I am behind this Amish buggy, and from the looks of oncoming traffic, I don't know when I'm going to get to pass him. He's probably going to... He's in Oxford. It looks like he's got some stuff in a cart that he's pulling. There's a lot of Amish around here, and we love them. I am so thankful for them. Oh, bless his heart. He's going to pull over a little bit and let me go. Thank you, baby. I used to have a game, but I won't do it here, but anytime you passed an Amish buggy, you had to pretend like you were the person in the buggy and say something, and like he would have said, who's the hot woman in the white car? Alright, so I know it's kind of goofy, but anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, we had a really wonderful trip for Scotty's birthday. We went to Gatlinburg in Tennessee, and everybody was there, and some relatives of Scott and Lisa's, and we rented this beautiful 3-story house. It was amazing. We had the best time. So yeah, we're going to take you on some trips. We've never been on a trip with Ryan yet. That should be a treat, because our little diva Ryan, He is something else. And Victor is Ryan's partner, and we just adore him to no end. So yeah, you're going to learn who everybody is. You're going to get to see some of the things that we like to do, places we like to go, or some of our favorite places. And we're just going to have fun. And we're going to remind people that you belong. You may feel alone, especially with what's going on in the world. But you're not. We're all scared. We're all, just waiting for the day when things change and they get back to what we didn't appreciate as being normal. Sometimes I hate thinking about it because it's so scary, and but even though it is what it is, between all of us, we can muddle through this together. I'm probably not as, what's the word? I don't know. There's most of the girls in the posse, they know more, they understand more. I'm the middle child who just wants everybody to be happy. And I know that, and I think you're going to see that we're all learning about ourselves, and not everything is good. We're human. There are going to be some things that hopefully we change within ourselves if it's something we don't like. I'm not the best at setting boundaries or following up with the boundaries I set, but I'm so fortunate to have the best set of friends that love me for who I am and want nothing but the best for me, just as I do them. So, buckle up, because it's gonna be a fantastic ride. We're so happy you're here. We're so happy you've decided to join us. We're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and we know that. So, I almost hate to say it, but, if you like what you see, please like and subscribe. That's what everybody says. And if you don't, that's okay. But just know that you're welcome back anytime. And we really would love to have you. So have a great day. Stay safe out there no matter where you are. Keep your head up and enjoy what life has to offer. And just know that the Kindess Posse is always here for you. Catch you later.